Hello dear friends and welcome to episode 2 of season 3, College Cooking, here at Sustar Broadcasting. Welcome. Thank you. So last week was a bit of a boring recipe, frozen pizza, so this week I'm spicing it up a little. Literally, I'm gonna use spices, well, one spice. This idea was given to me by my friend Vishesh, and I didn't remember exactly what the recipe was, so I'm just kind of throwing together an approximation. But basically it's pita bread and potatoes. So we'll get started. Today's word from the thesaurus is transient, which means, I'll put it up right over there, lasting for a short duration. Here we go. Alrighty, so here we're gonna start with our ingredients. First of all, we have some pita bread. This is just a regular old plain pita bread, some rosemary, some potato chunks. You could use whole potatoes, but I use these for convenience. They're just much simpler, I think, to do these. We've got some mozzarella cheese and some bacon. This is my own variation. Green pepper and an onion. And a knife. A cutting board. And that's everything. First of all, we are going to take a big pan. We're going to put it on medium heat. Low medium. And then we're going to put a dash and a splash of oil. Then we're going to pour our potatoes in. And we are going to let those slow cook for the duration of the recipe making. Just kind of spread it around, put a lid on it for even distribution, and we're ready to move on. Sharpen up our knife, get ready to cut some veggies. Use the trick that Hussam taught us in his guest video. There we go. And we are going to dice up the green peppers. Cool story, I actually made a dice this summer. I lasered it myself using brass, and yeah, I folded it, and I've got a brass dice now. I might show it in my next video. We're also going to dice up the onions, just a standard technique, as you can see in the video. You know, dice, dice, dice. And now we have a rather tricky part, because we have our pita bread, but we have to open it up. So you poke a hole with the knife, and then you just slowly pry it about halfway open, and then separate the two parts, like so. Next, we're going to dice up our bacon, and we are going to get that cooking. Yum, yum, yum. Bacon is so good, but you all know that, unless you're vegetarian. Here we go, put it on the pan, and we're going to cook it about 3/4 of the way. There it is. And then we are going to add our veggies. Just like that. Stir them around, make it evenly distributed. Make sure you get that bacon grease all on those veggies. You don't want the veggies to be too healthy. Take some rosemary leaves, sprinkle those in as well. Now this step is going to be pretty transient. It's just going to be a few seconds of letting the rosemary sink in, and then you're going to mix the potatoes in. So here we are, mixing the potatoes in. I actually put a bit too many potatoes in that part, so consider doing less or making more veggies. Then we're going to mash up the potatoes. The original recipe, as my friend told me, was to mash the potatoes, but I did it for convenience, just using the potato chunks and then smashing them a little. Take the potatoes, pour them into the center of the pita, and then sprinkle some cheese, and then just keep layering it like that until the pita is about half full. Here I am, filling it up. There's about halfway full. Then you folded it like so, just like that. Throw some butter into the frying pan, and then you throw the pita bread into the frying pan. Here I am just spreading it around for some good fun. After a couple of minutes, flip it over. Make sure it looks nice and golden good, just like that. Yummy. And alrighty, so just like that, we're done. I think you're supposed to eat this recipe by hand, but it's still a little hot, so I'm going to use a fork and knife. Vishesh, I hope I didn't butcher the recipe too much, because that would be a real shame. I tried my best. Based on what I remembered. But let's give it a try anyway. As far as the cheese and the bacon goes, I just kind of added my own local flavor there. My own local color, so to speak. But you guys are welcome to do anything you want to this recipe, I guess. That's pretty good. Alright, well anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this fantastic episode, making pita and potatoes, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.